This isn't stuff that I ever like when we work on snowboarding. I didn't say stuff like that. You know what I mean? I know. I shouldn't be like capturing like everything. I shouldn't be like capturing everything and stealing everything.
Spider-Man, like eccentric billionaire.
Oh, I got it. I know it's wrong. I was just teaching
You would have like 3 people and
Left 4 Dead or Dead Space 2.
Those menus are going to be. Yeah, let's go.
Okie dokie. Okay, Miles. All right. Go ahead. All right, everyone. I'm just going to start getting this town hall ready to go, getting everyone settled. Take your seats. Everyone looks good. Perfect. All right, welcome everyone. This is the Game Department Town Hall. I have staff here ready to talk to you guys about some announcements and introduce myself, and then we're going to open it up for students, you guys to ask your questions either on site with us, or we have a couple online as well, so don't forget to ask questions either on the YouTube or Discord. And we'll get to that in a little bit. So first, I'm going to start. Okay. All right, yes. I am Celine. I'm the Game Department Administrator. If you ever need to email me, my email is right over here at csteenberg@academyart.edu. I am happy to help with pretty much anything. That's good to me for everything. And I'm just going to pass this off to all of our staff so you guys can kind of have that face to see who's who in the department and what their roles are.
Is it on? Hi, I'm David Goodwine. I'm the Executive Director for the School of Game Development. We're just going to keep it to that.
I'm Price Jones. I'm the MFA Director.
I'm Charlie Hunegar, and I'm the Online Director.
I'm Phil Caulfield. I'm the Technical Lead.
Hi, I'm Stephen Goodell. You can call me Goody. I'm the Game Design Lead.
Hi, I'm Brian Hess. I'm the Associate Director.
I'm Michael Buffington. I'm the Concept Art Lead.
Yes, you.
I'm Jason Wiesner. I'm a designer and I'm full-time faculty.
I'm Scott Burkhardt. I'm game programming lead.
Hello, my name is Jamin Shuley. I am 3D artist, texture artist, and full-time faculty.
I'm Michael Witzel. I'm the technology coordinator for game development, as well as the esports manager. I manage all the collegiate teams here as well.
I'm Miles. I'm the scripting instructor, and I'm full-time faculty.
All right. Is that everybody?
Where's Greg?
He's in class. Or you can just put the mic over there. All right. That was our staff. As you can see, we are quite large, but that's also for you guys, meaning all these guys are here to answer questions from you. So yes, big crew for you guys. All right, moving on. We also have our student representatives. I'll have them come on up. A little bit about our student representatives is they are the direct points of contact for you guys between the university and if you guys have any questions, this is what they're here for. So I'll have them introduce themselves and tell you about what they do.
Hey guys, I'm Maddie. I'm the BFA student representative.
And I am Dante Finn. I'm the graduate student rep. I guess we're just going to pass this back.
Yeah, that's fine. So pretty much we're here for you guys. We act as kind of like the liaison between students and upper faculty. So you can come to us for any questions, comments, concerns, feedback regarding the department. Like literally anything, we are here for you guys. We have meetings and we talk with head of transportation, head of security, vice president. We make sure you guys are happy, and we try to make everyone happy.
We also have an email. We each have our own email. So, but we can also be found. We both live on campus, so we are available as much as possible. We try to be here in 180 as much as we can, because where all of my classes are at least. But yeah, come find us, talk to us. I speak to as many students as I can, but it's tough because we don't know everybody, which is why we like to introduce ourselves. And please talk to us, we're lonely.
All right, thanks guys. We're just going to have you read off your email addresses so people can.
Okay. Yeah, I should probably let you know what
these posters are also up in the lounge on the 8th floor. So to reach me, I'm at bfa.gam.rep, that's rep, at art.edu.
And I am the same, except it's mfa.gam.rep at art.edu. And I believe that's it.
Yeah. Great. Thanks, guys. We'll just move on. Oh. All right, so a couple things I wanted to highlight to you guys. We do have some groups this semester that are new or up and coming. One of them is the gamepad, actually, and I'll have my reps to come back and discuss that.
You're still
Microphone.
Here? Oh, sorry. So we actually decided that we were going to. Is this actually on?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. We decided that we wanted to create a club for people who play and discuss games. So we're actually going to be meeting for the first time. The meetings are going to be on Mondays at 3 p.m. So in 2 weeks, we're going to have our first meeting. And the idea, it's going to be similar to a book club where we get together, we choose a game that we're all going to play together, and then we'll meet regularly to discuss, the portion of the game that we've played. And the idea is to kind of to foster a greater sense of community within the department and outside the department too. Like anyone is welcome to join. It's not just game students. It could be animation, phys dev, you name it. Teachers as well, if you ever want to come.
So we'll primarily be focusing on single-player games just because we feel like those kind of been pushed to the side for a long time now. And we're going to try to make the games as accessible to everyone as possible. So we're going to, primarily focus on games like around $10 or so. We want to be able to actually play through these games. So there's not going to be like any Bioware games, like nothing huge where it's going to take hundreds of hours to complete. We want to be able to get through these games and, within a reasonable amount of time, come back and discuss them. And we'll probably focus on PC, but we'll, talk with everyone and see what's the most available platform for people. And again, our first meeting is going to be October 16th. That's Monday at 3 o'clock, and that's 2 weeks from now.
What room?
8:15, and just to let you know, we also have a Facebook page, the Gamepad. There are many game pads on Facebook, but ours currently has a banner of Firewatch.
Great. Thanks, guys. You can leave the mic right
Thank you.
over. All right, so I'm going to just continue on and kind of briefly touch on these other two. There's more information. So the next one I want to highlight to you guys, we have a programming club that just started recently. I've been told it's basically a place to come learn how to GAP. If you're a GAP student, you will know what that means. So this is going to take place on Wednesdays at 7:10 p.m. in room 825, starting today, actually. But yeah, come join them on Wednesdays to kind of, again, meet with other programming students and kind of figure out the ways around that. Another group I wanted to touch on quickly was Drawaholics Anonymous. Now this group is for people with one common goal, and that is to become excellent artists and painters. If you want to learn more, I have the link up here. It's Facebook, the Drawaholics Anonymous crew. They have a contract, they have more information, they have when you guys will be meeting for that group, so go ahead and check out that Facebook link there to learn about Drawaholics Anonymous crew. Moving on, there is another event I wanted to talk to you guys about. It's our Class Expo, and that's going to be for spring 2018. This is a game department event where essentially we're going to have an open discussion for students and instructors to talk about brand new classes that we have just up and coming starting this spring that we want to let you guys know about. It's also going to be a time for us to let you know about our new collab structure. We've redesigned it for spring and to kind of see how that's going to run from the future. And also to learn about some specialty classes that we have for you guys but haven't run too frequently. But our instructors really want to get these classes going and highlighted to you guys. So some kind of quietly specialty classes that we want to let you guys know all about. Just to kind of highlight, this is a definite rare time for you guys to be able to talk to the instructor and to learn about classes beforehand. Generally, if you see in the catalog or the course learning outcomes, it's sort of simplified and kind of the words are not as much as you really would want to know if you're going to be in that class. So this is that time to be able to talk with the instructor, learn what's the actual 15 weeks going to look like if you're a student in that class and what the workload would be like. I did want to know that while we have 4 separate days with different times on here, not all of the specialties will be able to attend on each day. So for example, Monday might only be able to have programming, UI, and concept art on that day. But then concept art might not be able to come back again until Thursday. So that's why there's a link up here. It's goo.gl/RSVZDD3. Go to that link and you can check out which specialties will be included on which days. Again, not all, like example, concept art, programming, UI, UX will be able to attend on every single day. So check the link to see which specialties will be there on which days. Another thing I want to highlight to you guys, we do have our workshop schedule. There's a little bit of a confusion in the very beginning. We had another one added, level design, and a couple times changed. So be sure to check out Facebook and on this right here to make sure all the workshops that you are able to attend. A couple questions I've been getting asked, what are workshops? There are time once a week for you guys to come in and have an instructor there. It's an open time for you guys to learn specifics if you're struggling with something to do with, say, digital painting. The instructor could be there to kind of help you with some homework or just some questions you have about that. So it's an unstructured time for you guys to come and have those questions outside of the classroom. So we do have, some on-site workshops and online workshops. So quickly to run through our on-site workshops, our digital figure painting. This one is only running for 5 weeks and does have a model in that workshop. Then we have another digital painting, programming and scripting, game engines and UI UX, ZBrush, modeling and texturing, programming, and the new level design one was added. For online ones, we do have programming, modeling and texturing, level and game design and Unreal. So again, workshops that we have running this semester, and check the start and end dates as well, just to highlight. So some events that we wanted to announce to you guys that we do have going is we have a GAP roundtable. That's for any programming students who want to come chance to speak with our programming director, speak with each other, other instructors, and again, general announcements about the game programming department. And that's the GAP roundtable on October 16th from 6:30 to 7 in room 825. Mentioning again the Class Expo happening for a couple days, October 16th through October 19th. We also have King coming, and they're doing a talk called King of the World, Making Mobile Games for 1 Billion People. That's going to be a panel of, I believe, 3 to 5 game staff King staff who are coming to give talks to you guys, and that's going to be on November 1st from 7 to 9 p.m. Room to be decided.
Does everybody know who King is? Candy Crush.
King is Candy Crush. Candy Crush
I'm on
crew
my
is
fence.
coming to see us. Another event we have is an Overwatch 3v3. That's October 14th in room 707 at 1 p.m. Sign up at the link on the screen. There will be prizes. We do have another industry visit. NetEase is coming on October 25th. More information specifically to come, but letting you guys know that NetEase will be visiting us again this semester, and Blizzard will be coming again to do another panel visit in November. More information to come, but just kind of letting you guys know that these are some industries we have coming up for this fall semester. And now there's an event we took place in, the game department students, and I will have Farnah come on up and talk about this event.
Hi everyone, my name is Farnah. I'm an MFA student, game designer. Last week, was it last week?
It was last weekend.
Yes.
Saturday.
Yes. Last Saturday we participated in an event called Citizen AR, which is technically a tech in Tenderloin, going over the technology and how we can use the technology to come up with ideas that is fun, but is also useful for the neighborhood, such as Tenderloin, which is a really eventful neighborhood. So we were participating as well as 12, including us would be 12 teams from UC Davis, Berkeley, UCSF, obviously Stanford, Penn State, Carnegie Mellon, and we were one of the 3 winners that we got the prize. And our sponsor was the Office of Mayor, the Civic Innovation Office of the Mayor, Ed Lee, that he's gonna go over, the more detail about our project that we had in mind. The project, we called it Tender Fields. Yeah. So it's technically a heat map from one street to the other street, expanded by technically just dropping feelings on the street. And it gives you the actual overall of how you felt when you pass by this street at this moment. And your feeling will last for almost a day. So you will see actually it faded out. That means this feeling is kind of old. But you can also get the feeling of, okay, this neighborhood seemed really anxious. Why? You can click and just read the comments about, okay, this is how I felt and this is why. So that was the overall general idea of what we had. And the entire team is right in the corner. If you want to shoot out to all of them, it's Eric Law. Good stuff. Yay! It was a 13-hour hackathon. Yeah, it was, but it was really fun. Get to know other people, and we got different mentors and coaches. And I highly recommend if there is another event, definitely everybody should participate. Yep.
Great. Thank you, Verna. All righty, now I'm going to turn over to Mike Witzel to talk to you guys about esports briefly.
All right, who here plays games? Just a few of you. All right.
All the hands.
Yes. So with Urban Knights Esports, we do a lot of intramural events as well as collegiate events. So one thing I like to focus on is getting students from all different departments together to play games and have fun. Part of this is our weekly events that happen on different days, like our Mondays, MOBA Mondays. If you play any type of MOBA game, you're welcome to come and join.
What's a MOBA?
MOBA, Heroes of the Storm, League of Legends, Dota 2. Let's see, we also have Clash Royale. Anybody play Clash Royale? Clash of Clans? I know this guy over here does, but so we work with a company that helps provide prizing for that as well. It's a fun event. Even if you really don't play, it's fun to show up. And this happens every second Monday of the month. That means next Monday we are going to have an event at 7 p.m. in the game room. Tuesday night fights. If you play fighting games, you can join other players that like playing fighting games. And then we have our Smash League. Thursdays, Overwatch Thursdays. A lot of people play Overwatch. Who here plays Overwatch? 3 people? Oh, come on. So we also started an Overwatch League this semester, which is 3v3. And then Fridays we do first-person shooter Fridays, and we're going to be starting up a Let's Play. where we invite you to also play with us, and you'll be part of the stream as well. Next slide, please. And then our big tournaments that we have for the semester, we like to host 6 tournaments. So the next upcoming tournaments that we have is the 3v3 Overwatch tournament on October 14th. This is going to be one of our bigger ones. We have a lot of prize support from TESPA. You get raffle tickets if you sign up and say you're going on the Facebook page. You get extra ones, I should say. And you just get a raffle ticket for showing up, whether or not you play. We'll have prizes for the winners as well as all those raffle tickets. Well, not all of them. Followed by League of Legends, 5v5, Super Smash Bros. And then in December, we'll be doing Overwatch 6v6. Next slide, please. The Game Lounge. It is open every day. Starts at 3 p.m. and goes to 11:30 p.m. And then on the weekends, it is from 10 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. as well. That is on the 7th floor. Most of you are probably aware of where it is. You can also check all the desktops on the computers as you log in for updated events.
Great, thank you, Michael. All right, so I'm going to, wow. So generous, you guys, thank you. I'll take it for Michael. So one thing I want to let you guys know also about is some of our advisors. We do have, I know advisors, just as a kind of announcement, tend to change as time goes on here. But here's the current ones we have for undergraduate advisors. We have Noah, who I actually want to highlight. He is on the 8th floor. So if there's ever like an emergent question, he's available. Kind of say that like Lucy, but he's here. He is one and he is on our floor. So there's always an advisor somewhere. And also our graduate advisor as well. I included all their emails. So if you guys have any questions, these are one ways to contact them. But also do know you are generally assigned an advisor once you start your time here. But if you have any questions, like you can't find your advisor, you don't know who your advisor is, that's a great question to come see me about, and I can find out who is your advisor and who you're assigned to for that time. Yeah, advisors can generally help you with planning your course classes, things if you need to ask questions about planning out your time here. Again, advisors are good for curriculum-based questions. Online section. Charlie?
That's me. Hey, I'm Charlie, the online director. So I wanted to talk about some classes that we launched this fall online. We launched a new AAU game launchpad class, which is an online orientation class, and we're looking to make that mandatory for everyone on site and online to take for spring. We have some rebuilds. Game 105 was rebuilt to be more streamlined, to take some of the software that it used to have in it out. Game 651 is now consistent with on-site, and same thing with GLA 623, the History for Games class. For Spring 18, the new classes that we have on deck are Game 288, Designing Characters, Game 315, Scripting for Games, Game 350, Rapid Game Development, Game 610, Drawing Boot Camp, and Game 665 is also planned. Game 778, which is going to be team built by David and Brian. And then 2 GAP classes, GAP 275 being built by Scott Birkencotter, our programming lead, and GAP 285, which is being built by our new online GAP faculty, Philip Kristevsky. And then we have a couple rebuilds planned for spring as well, Game 150, Game 332, Game 601, and Game 602. And then I wanted to reiterate the online workshops. We've posted it in all online classes. I've emailed every online student with the schedule. And we've printed it up on all of the pillars around the department here on campus. All online workshops are available to on-site students too. If you want to take one and you don't see it in your LMS workshops tab, feel free to let Celine know and she can contact me and we can get it hooked up for you. And then I also wanted to talk about plagiarism a little bit. And I noticed this more with incoming freshman students in the first semester. There's some, I guess, misconceptions on the students' part where they feel like they can maybe take somebody's submission for their homework assignment and then build on top of that. That's also plagiarism. And I would say 99.99% of our students will get one warning and then that's that. And I think it's just probably because there's some just lack of clarity maybe on our part for our expectations. So all work needs to be 100% original, your own. If you have any questions, please ask your instructor. Yeah, that's it.
Great. Okay, great. Thank you, Charlie. Oh yes, so I want to let everyone know there is a couple ways where you can hear announcements from us on our social media. We do have a Facebook at ArtUGameDev and a Twitter, ArtUGameDev as well. And again, this is where you can find any information we post about events, workshops, new classes, any events like the Citizens AR. This is generally where I try and keep it up to date and post all new information, so join here. One thing, the microphone. Yes, you do. There you are.
Just so when you're, if you want to know when stuff is happening, your best bet is to be on Facebook with us, because we'll post up their internships coming up. We'll post up, any events that are going on in the department, anything like that. So if you haven't liked us on Facebook, you should do it. Thank you.
Wise words. Thank you, David. And actually, I was going to say this is now time for students to come and ask questions. Anything you want to know about the department, about the academy. Yep.
Come here.
Yeah, I just wanted to put this out there real quick before you guys start your Q&A stuff. Is it on? It's me. Hi. So I just want to put it there. All my students in my classes right now, I've been preaching over and over.
Who are you?
I am Jason Hunkin. I teach Game 105 mostly. Some other classes from time to time as well. But I really just want to put this out there. The ZBrush Summit is this weekend. It starts tomorrow. Any of you that care about modeling at all, 3D modeling, ZBrush, that sort of thing, starting tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Sculpt Off, where all these industry professionals from the game industry, the movie industry, all these amazing artists are competing for a title belt for like the best digital sculptor. It's really cool and it's really neat. You can learn a lot. Starting tomorrow is the Sculpt Off, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's basically speeches. It's live from LA. It's live streamed. You should just order a pizza and just nerd out all weekend. Seriously, we every year for the past 3 or 4 years, we'll just order a pizza and just watch. It's like 10 hours a day, but you get amazing information. You're watching these amazing artists create sculptures, and we're talking like Marvel Studios will be there, Disney. Disney's there like almost every year, and they have amazing information about like character design and that sort of stuff. So if you really want to get some inspiration, you want to like be inspired and get excited, and if you really want to learn some nice ZBrush tricks, I take notes every time. Like I sit there with my a pizza and like my notes, and I just take notes and learn so much, and it's very exciting. So all weekend this weekend, starting tomorrow, just watch that. It's really cool. Live stream it. I believe it's on Twitch, and also they live stream it through like livestream.com or something. But anyways, just want to say that. Cool. Thanks.
Cool. Thank you.
What? ZBrush Summit. Yeah, just Google ZBrush Summit. You'll find it.
Yes. Do we have any other students or instructors who have questions or announcements or inquiries while we have such a tremendous crew here? Anyone? I'll give it a second. Take your time.
Nobody has any questions?
Comments, concerns?
Concerns.
About
this
anything?
Is the time to air them.
It could be about classes, it could be about student body, it could be about...
Could be about the labs, about transportation. Oh, such excitement. We need a microphone.
Come on up.
Or at least talk into the microphone.
Yeah, director, just have a question. Like I focus on 3D environment modeling, and but I also have a very strong interest on concept art. That I know, the fun art school, they teach really good the painting study. I know there the class like 644 is a quick study class. I think that's a pretty good class. But I'm in game department. If I want to choose the fun art 644 quick study class, do I need a special permission?
Any game staff?
Yeah, I mean.
Bryce,
I
microphone.
can answer that.
Microphone.
Yeah, go.
You can also go game 244. I teach a digital environment sketching, which is might be similar to what you're talking about, and that's in the game department. So, yeah. Yeah.
You can also take that
Microphone though.
Do you want to take that class in connection with your thesis? Because you could take it as an elective or a directed study. Yeah.
So maybe talk a bit about directed studies for the general.
So directed studies are special classes that are designed to help you create your thesis. So for the graduate students who are working on an MFA thesis, they take directed study classes that are guided basic advisement in how to do their thesis projects. So the quick study class could be one of those. You could also take it as an elective. Because it's a graduate level class, you could just use an elective for that class. The directed studies are typically mostly designated for undergraduate classes. So, does that make sense? Okay. Cool. Thank you.
And any other questions? Oh, yes. Good. Thank you.
Hi, I was just wondering, I'm a graduate student. How many electives do graduate students get?
I think it's. I think it's. Sorry. Yeah. I believe it's 6. You have 6 elective units, but I'm not exactly sure. You should. This is MFA. He's MFA. Yeah. The MA doesn't have electives, right? Yeah. So I believe you have 6 units. You could talk to your advisor, and there's also you could talk to your advisor about directed studies, potentially, because if you're looking to take classes that help you create your thesis project, you want to talk to your advisor about that.
You could also come see me, and you can make a meeting with Price or any of our other staff as well to get advice in that area.
We're going to be covering it in 601 too.
Oh, really? You're going to be?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's going to be covered.
Any other questions? We have again. Oh yes, one more. We're going to run the microphone to you.
6 classes.
Okay. 6. Okay. 6. That's what 6 classes.
I'm just double checking. So you mentioned that the collab information is going to be at that summit for
Yes.
the classes. And is the day that it's going to be talked about already posted under the scheduling?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
It is. Any other questions?
Or complaints. Yeah. Perfectly cool complaints.
Just anything that's really working, that's awesome.
Attaboys.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Oh, couple hands.
We're not going to be able to do anything about it if we don't know about it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is not a complaint, but can I do have any like student email? It's like email.edu because I've seen a lot of websites that provide really good tools for like game design student, but it's required, like it's for free for student, but it's required an email which have an .edu, but like so far I see that our school using the like personal email system, so I don't know.
I can answer that. So every student has an EDU email address. If you don't know it, I would suggest calling online help desk, and they can locate it for you. It's usually i.art.edu or art.edu, and it's what I think online students might be more familiar with it because they use it to get all their software because they don't have it installed on classroom computers. So online help desk is your. Yeah.
If you go to the LMS and then you click on the top profile, it tells you like your general information profile as well as your alternative email, which is your EDU address. It's your Gmail or your personal email that you always have contact, and then on the bottom is your academia address. Yeah, you can check it on the LMS.
Yeah, every single student has EDU address. Everybody. Now, whether they choose to use it or not, that's up to them. But
All right, we have a couple online questions on our Discord. This one is, any classes for someone that is really new to scripting that they could take?
Yes, so if you're new to scripting, the place to start is Game 115, which is Elements of Scripting. It has a prerequisite, which is Game 107, which is Game Engines. So if you haven't taken Game Engines, start there, and then you can move on to 115.
And then another question is, will the game competitions and game club events be available to online participants? The answer is yes. We just ask that you say that you're going on the Facebook page, as well as let us know on the Discord the day of the event that you want to participate. So we would prefer that the students that are here on campus can show up, but let's say you can't and you have to be at home for something, you can still participate online as well.
And is that for specific for esports events you're referencing?
Yeah, yes, I'm particularly the esports events that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No other questions so far. Yes.
Just about the esports event. I got a voice for it. I don't need a microphone, but yeah. Oh, sorry. So just something about the esports events. These are open to the entire school. So this is a great opportunity for you to come and meet people from other departments. We have people from acting, fashion, industrial design, illustration, biz dev, just all of them are there. So if you want to meet someone, maybe collaborate or just hang out, great opportunity. We are filling the room up, basically fills up like at the, after 20 minutes of opening every day, and the events are just out of this world. So please come by.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Eric Saltiziak. I'm the lab supervisor for games.
Any other questions, comments, concerns, complaints? We'll take them.
So, based on my personal experience at Academy, especially that I am in my last semester, as a game designer, I noticed that for most of the collab classes, at some point I had to kill my creativity as a designer just because I was stuck with the technical aspect of something. And we have so many great artists, and then it was like a not equal ratio of designers, programmers, and artists in the collab classes. I'm not sure if there's actual like a specific solution for that, but I would totally need someone as a technical lead to be in every single collab class that would help with, for example, scripting or even the back-end part of any, just tell me even, okay, don't waste your time on this. It's not gonna work for the amount of time you have. So because we had so many issues, especially for the summer classes that we had with Goody, that, it took me like almost full week, which for summer is a lot, to figure out, okay, something that I was trying to fix is not gonna work for the time frame, just because we didn't have a technical lead in the class. So.
Do you want to take that? Sure, yeah. Just so you know, that's why we're restructuring everything for spring. So that's exactly why, because sometimes it would be imbalanced.
Yeah. So if I understand correctly, Farnak, your question or your comment was that you felt like you needed more technical help in the classes, correct?
Collab class.
Or in the collab. Yeah. Yeah. Got it. So right now we're trying to grow out the programming department on top of the other thing. The programming department has only been around for, I think, like a year and a half, 2 years.
2 years this spring.
Yeah, so we're trying to grow programmers, so we start putting them into the collabs as well, so that we have programmers as well as designers. For a long time, design has kind of been the implementers here, but we're hoping that as programming grows and can take over a lot of the technical aspects of things, so the designers can focus more on the creative and implementation aspects of things. It's a process of building it. Also, with the new structure with the collabs, we're going to be more tightly controlling who goes into what project and who is working on what things. So we should be better at allocating resources to make sure that we have a programmer, an artist, an animator, all available to build things. And I think we're going to be rolling this out as of spring as a kind of like our pilot, but we're going to be, we get it. We're trying to restructure the collab so that we have better control and we have more technical help coming. Yeah.
Any other comments or questions from the crew? Oh,
so we've got
passing on.
some questions from online. Hi, I'm Greg, UI UX instructor and lead instructor, yes.
These are questions from Discord from online students.
Yeah, so The question came in, what are some good on-site classes for making 2D games? So we have Game 136, which is for making 2D mobile game art. And then we've got Game 190, which is mobile UI UX, which you also make a lot of 2D game art in those two classes. Yeah. Are there any others?
We're building.
Right. So we're building more, and collabs are also a great place to do 2D game art.
We're going to build some at the graduate level too.
Okay. Great. All
Comment
right.
with some classes will also be built at the graduate level.
Okay. So we've got one more question coming from online. So, are there any workshops for working with Photoshop online? Charlie.
So there's a modeling workshop that's online that will deal with Maya and Photoshop specifically for texturing. We don't have any concept art workshops online right now, but we can refer you to illustration and visual the Viz Dev department workshops for those. So just let me know, ping me on Discord, and just let me know what workshop you want to get into, and I'll make sure you get in that.
Any other questions from anyone?
Well, I was asked to make sure that everybody knows the link to our Discord channel, especially for the online students as well. It is discord.me/artugamedev. If you go to this link, it'll get you attached to our Discord channel as well.
One more time again.
discord.me/artugamedev.
Cool. I noticed there was one on the YouTube question for Price. It's a student asked, as an MA student, can I take some elective classes out of my schedule?
Electives are not a part of the MA. The MA is a very structured, focused program. Essentially, the MA is a shorter graduate degree than the MFA. It's like 2 semesters shorter. So it's very focused. It's for people to come in and kind of, create a portfolio, a really strong portfolio for what they want to pursue in their careers. So unfortunately, there are no electives. What I can do is potentially waive classes or swap classes, but there aren't true electives. They're in the MA.
So that would be, again, talk to your advisor, and we'll kind of work with Price and other game staff to figure out what could work for you in the curriculum.
Yeah, I suggest setting up a meeting with your advisor and potentially setting up an appointment with me. So, cool.
Any other questions from the students? I got one over here. Microphone, please.
As far as the industry visits go, like for example, the Blizzard panel, I noticed that my first semester here, there was a Blizzard panel, but that was mostly for, say, artists or designers. And most of the visits I see don't really cater towards programmers or do much for us. So are there any plans for the future of changing that, or?
Usually what ends up happening is it's whatever they're looking for at the time. That's what they're going to want portfolios on, whether it's art. They haven't, like Blizzard or Riot, they really haven't come to us and said, we're looking for programmers. But now that the program's been around for about 1.5 years, coming up on 2 years, they'll start asking about that now. So they're supposed to be coming beginning of November, just after BlizzCon. That's roughly when it is. So, and they haven't really told us what they're looking for specifically yet. We'll find that out soon, and then we'll post that up. Some companies are looking for programmers. Initially, they're like, what? An art school has programming? So we're getting that out there so people know that, and that's starting to pick up more and more. So we will post those kind of things up on Facebook and around the building, so that you know when this stuff is happening, and specifically for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We can do that.
Cool. Studios are almost always looking for programmers, so I recommend that you come to the event anyway and tell them that you're a programmer, because studios are always looking for programming. So it's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any other comments or questions? Got a hand over there from Sue.
I just wanted to comment on the question before this last one about the electives in the MA. I'm Sue Raleigh. I'm the Chief Academic Officer here. The thing is, you have to know where to go if you have a question about the courses that you're going to take. If you're looking to see what you need to take to graduate, that's when you go to your student advisor. If you're looking at anything that would be a substitute waiver or a portfolio recommendation, you go to the department. So sometimes people go to the advisor to ask if they can get a substitute waiver, and that person can't tell them, so they're frustrated. And sometimes they go to the department to say, what do I need to take to graduate, and they get frustrated. So it's really, really important that you know who to go to with the right question. So again, if it's to see what you need to take to graduate, student advisor. If it's about portfolio and substitute waivers, it's the department.
Any other comments, questions, concerns? I'm scanning. No?
No?
Are you sure? I'm looking at you guys.
Going once. Okay.
No? Okay.
All right.
Well, thanks
Thank
everyone
you
for
all for
attending.
coming.
This is a live stream link, so we will post that up. Thank you. Bye.